Hi everyone, it's Peter, aka parentheses Trachea, artist formerly known as Fagatron. Um, I guess I'm here to talk about some music on my brand new YouTube channel. What fun! So 2011 has been fairly productive, I guess. Why don't we start off by talking about Panda Bear, which I think is going to be the elephant in the room for the next few months. I personally really like it. I really haven't seen a lot of negative criticism that bears any weight, I guess. I mean, I haven't seen any good reason why it's not as good as everyone's freaking out about. Um, I think there is some overhyping in some cases. I mean, some of the things that people are like, wow, it's so cool. Like, what's a good example? Afterburner. That one, I feel like it goes on a little longer than it should, but I really like how his vocals are blanched out this time. That's cool. So, Tomboy gets the seal of approval. Moving on, Tim Hecker. He put out this weird, I wouldn't say weird, I guess, but it's this ambient record. Lots of piano reverb and big swells of sound. It's very oceanic. Um, and I also think this is a great album. It's called Rave Death 1972. It's definitely one of the better releases this year. I think it won't be understood in its own time, but then again, um, I'm glad that it seems to have a lot of people who are talking about it and liking it now, including me. So go download that one too, or buy it, or something legal, of course. PJ Harvey has an album out called Let England Shake. It's, I guess, her war album. Um, a lot of the songs are about war and Britain and being sad about the fact that there's war in Britain. A lot of it's some really biting and indicting social commentary, but she carries it through with her magnificent voice and wonderful hooks. So, get that one too. Um, okay. I don't want to say much about the new Tyler the Creator. I think it's a little overstuffed. I think some of his ideas are kind of trite at this point. I think his rapping style is kind of wearing off on me. I think the concept of Odd Future as a whole is wearing off on me. But there are people who like it, and I can see why. And certain songs like Tron Cat and Goblin and the closer Golden, especially, those are really good songs. So, if you haven't quite fallen off the buzz wagon yet, or if you're just getting on, check that out, I guess. The new Cults album, their debut, is streaming up at NPR right now. I had the chance to listen to it in English today. It's very good, and I didn't think that the strength of tracks like Go Outside or Abducted would necessarily be indicative of the whole album, but its strong hooks and Madeline's voice is absolutely phenomenal. I think she's up there with Nico Case on my little ranking of indie chanteuses. Um, it's full of strong hooks and the instrumentation is fantastic. It's a very throwbacky type record. It's going to be getting a lot of play come the summer. Bet your salary on that. Dan Behar is the front man of a band slash project called Destroyer, which isn't as violent as it sounds. It is not a heavy metal band, for those of you who are new to this. It is very all over the place influence-wise, but it's not necessarily punishing listening. His new album is called Kaput, and it's very 1977 to 1984 soft rock. There's a lot of trumpet and really excellent guitar tones, and his voice is not always at the very top of the mix, but it never has to fight through, and he tells some very interesting stories with it, and I put it up there as one of my best albums of the year right now. Um, I think it's absolutely phenomenal. There are songs like Downtown where um, God, there's so many moments where the vocals will kind of drop off after reaching a sudden little climax, and then it'll be this instrumental type thing, and then you'll hear this trumpet call, and it's kind of in the back, so it sounds like it's a far way off, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And I don't hear that kind of stuff in music anymore, really, that's put out these days. So it's nice to have something that gives you this big, heart-swelling nostalgia trip. Moving on. James Blake. He is a dubstep producer, prodigy, basically. He's one of the big names on the scene. He put out a string of excellent EPs last year. Personal favorite, CMYK, really showed off a lot of his chops, and his album, self-titled, I really like it because of the production, and his bass has a lot of punch, and his voice is absolutely phenomenal. His piano playing is astoundingly good. The problem that I have is somewhere around, I think, the back half of the record, around I Mind, maybe. It becomes almost problematic and repetitive and gross, but I don't want to say gross. That was a really bad choice of words, actually. Too bad I'm doing this in one take. Um, it can become kind of same sounding, so if you don't like dubstep with soul vocals over it, you definitely will not like this record, and it will grind your gears. But for those of you who want something a little more future leaning, this is a very good one. And when his voice is just kind of left by itself, undisturbed by filters, it's phenomenal. Meryl Garbus has a little experimental band called Tune Yards with funky spelling. Her new album is called Who Kill, with spaces in between each letter. It's all lowercase because she's indie like that. There's a saxophone section. It's fun. It's vibrant. It's a really, really, really zany record. And I say that with the best intentions possible. It's basically one of the most fun experiences you'll have all year as a listener, and I definitely recommend it. Sebastian is a European pop producer, and he has an album out called, if I remember correctly, I forgot it. I am not very good at this. Total. Wow, what an obvious thing I should not have forgotten. It's very throwbacky, very European. Definitely something I haven't heard in a while, I guess. If you're a fan of Justin Timberlake, I recommend it. The guest spots are great. Okay, let's talk about Lady Gaga for a moment. I'm a gay. I think Lady Gaga has decent intentions. And then you get to the part where she seems to be kind of scamming the whole gay community into liking her and following her, and then it gets kind of obnoxious. And I hate her a lot. Her new album is also really bad. The production is like 90s rap metal techno sludge, and the entire thing is just really boring and uninspired, and don't get it, please. And then finally, on a much more positive note, Toronto outfit The Weeknd has a mixtape out called House of Balloons. I guess there's really no good way to describe it other than, like, it's R&B, but the production is a very, very smooth, crisp, clean sheen. And then his lines are absolutely filthy. It is a fantastic paradox. It is excellent listening. On this one track, Party in the After Party, he samples Master of None by Beach House and speeds it up a little bit. And her voice, Victoria Legrand's voice, when sped up, it goes even farther above everything. And it's fantastic. It's really, really, really great. I really like that. All right, so I'm actually nearing 9.5, almost 10 minutes. I don't have video editing software, so I'm just going to cut this off. But yes, I definitely recommend Tomboy by Panda Bear, Raved Up in 1972 by Tim Hecker, Let England Shake by PJ Harvey, Cults by Cults, Kaput by Destroyer, James Blake by James Blake, Who Killed by Tune Yards, Total by Sebastian, and House of Balloons by The Weeknd. All right.